Ooh. Get some sunshine out here. All right. Hey, Mr. B. It is another beautiful day here in the sunny south. Go. There you go. I was trying to help your brother earlier today, stuck in my greenhouse. The bees go in the greenhouse. They can't figure out how to leave the greenhouse, which, I mean, there's a giant hole in the front of it. And they get stuck in there, and then unfortunately they fry. So anyway, how's it going, guys? Time for a Friday stream. I had a little bit of trouble getting going this morning. I woke up later than usual at about 5 o'clock. Went downstairs to start doing work. My dog came over. I gave my dog a hug, and the next thing I know, I opened my eyes, and it was a couple hours later. But I think that was the accumulation of the week catching up to me. So I'll make my TikTok videos for later, and I'll do what I got to do on that end later. But yeah, I had a really good week as my mother came down, a surprise visit, which kind of threw my week for a loop, but it was very exciting. And I showed my mom where I live, the homestead, all around the area, and we had just an all-around great time. And these are the times that you really have to value because, to go 6 months and I haven't seen my mother, that's life just goes by, and before you know it, you go a long time without seeing the people that really matter to you. And that's why I've been trying to build what I've been building, where I'm really trying to not only change the culture, this like beyond even in my own home, but on a grand level, like in our community, where like intergenerational farms, like when my son and my daughter and God willing other children get married, I want to be able to give them land, right? And then they could have land, whatever it is, maybe an acre away from my land, and we could have an intergenerational farm, and I could help them with the grandchildren and watch the grandchildren grow up, because that's really what it's all about. I mean, that's what wealth is, right? Family is wealth. And my mom came to visit, and I think there's a good chance she'll be moving here, which would be really nice. I think at the very least she'll live here part of the year, so really cool stuff. But she got a glimpse, she got to escape creepy New York and got a glimpse of how nice it is in the South. And very blessed, had a great week. And yeah, I'm doing a quick stream today. I took my mother to a garden center around here, and I was very happy because at the garden center she said she wanted to buy Nicole and I a couple of trees. So we actually my mother bought us 2 apple trees and 2 pear trees, but they were mature trees and they're fully grown, and they're actually being delivered today. So those trees are being delivered, and the trees are being delivered, so they'll actually be here in a little bit, and I'll give you guys the tour, because as you know, we already have peach trees, avocado trees, not orange trees, clementine trees. So a lot of positive things happening. And anyway, I was very excited to the additions to my tree. There's a very nice present that my mother wanted to get for us. And we had been eyeing those apple trees for a while, but hadn't pulled the trigger. You got to play everything smart, play at the right time, and went really well. So, yeah. So just in terms of what I wanted to talk about today, I know everyone's getting ready. I'm going to talk more about this to the community. And in fact, I probably should have let the community know that I was going live randomly at 10 today instead of at 9:30. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was summer jobs. We're in April now, and the weather's getting nicer, and within the next 2 months, all of the children will school will be out. And with school out, a lot of people will start looking at things like summer jobs, right? Obviously, everyone knows what I preach. I prefer summer businesses if you could get your children to do something like that, or if they're capable of doing something like that. You give a 15-year-old a lawnmower, and they can do amazing things in terms of a summer business. But for the purpose of summer jobs, if your child is going to get a summer job, this is annoying. Hold on 1 second. What is your objective, right? Because a job for the sake of a job, what is that teaching? Maybe, or a job for the sake of, hey, I need little Matthew, or I need Matthew to have some extra money, some spending money for the summer, something like that. Well, that's nice and all. That's a fine objective, but I always think of objectives from an education standpoint. And to me, jobs and summer jobs, or whatever it might be, are a great opportunity specifically to learn skills and entrepreneurship, but mainly skills. So when you guide your child to getting a summer job, you really want to guide them toward something where maybe they could learn marketing, maybe they could learn sales, maybe they can learn carpentry, maybe they could learn accounting, any type of skill that they could learn that they can carry with them through the rest of their lives. The reason I like the examples of marketing and sales in terms of summer jobs is because that's the type of skill that no matter what they do in their life, it will always be valuable to them, right? And I actually kind of developed that philosophy. I don't like the guy. I get a lot of flack when I say this, but I don't care. I could not like a person and still be objective enough to realize when they've given valuable information. And I actually, years back, I had heard someone speak about summer jobs, and they were pointing out that when they were young, when they were teenagers, their summer job actually was in sales. And they learned the skill of sales as a teenager, and to this day, you could drop them anywhere in the world, and they'll be able to make themselves successful, whether working for someone else in sales or selling their own thing, because that skill is so valuable. Now, that person was Mark Cuban. And I don't like to lead with the person because people have this flawed way of thinking in which they attach the value of a statement to the idol, right? They say, like that person, don't like that person. But the truth is that I don't like Mark Cuban, but that was very valuable information, right? That was very valuable information. And to me, it's spot on. And, like him or not, he's 100% right. That I don't think any of us doubt that you can drop him pretty much anywhere, and based on his skill set, based on his experience, and he attributes that specifically to sales that he learned as a teenager, he would be able to find success. And then you look at his life. I'm actually very fascinated with Mark Cuban's education. He attributes those summer jobs to being very valuable to him. He's very entrepreneurial. When he was in college and all of his friends were out getting drunk, he actually purchased a bar. He bought a bar when he was still in college. And, it was more of a college kid type of thing where, I'll hang out at the bar and I'll get drunk at the bar and I'll get paid for it, right? Like very college mindset type of thing. But nonetheless, it's an insight into how that mindset will ultimately be successful in life, right? That entrepreneurial mindset. And he owned a bar in college. Then, people are like, oh, he made $1 billion in tech. Well, yes, but he owned a bar in college. Then he learned, he taught himself coding type of things. And he started a tech company. And he built a tech company and he sold it. not for $1 billion. He built a tech company and he sold it for, I think, like between $6 and $12 million. And then he took that money he made from that sale and right away started building another tech company, doing something else. And that second tech company is the one he wound up selling for, I think, billions of dollars to Yahoo. So, like, when you see people like that, you could learn a lot from them. And I always tell people, don't attach their lack of morality to some of the ideas they have, because the ideas are very good. You know, their lack of morality is because they weren't brought up with morality. And that's why we raise our children within our values. For me, it's very important that my son understands Christian morality and develops a relationship with Jesus, with God. And, you know, for me and my son, he's 4 years old, and we have a great Bible. I actually need to share it with the community. It's been a big success. A children's Bible that he absolutely loves. I think we are maybe 285 pages into it, and he loves it. He loves it. We did the whole Old Testament. We're on the New Testament. But really good things, and that's raising him within my values. We go to church. I don't want to say every Sunday, but we probably get to church about 6 of every 8 Sundays. So I guess that would be 3 or 4, right? So probably 3 out of 4 days, Sundays a week on average. Sometimes things come up and I miss it. But we go to church on Sundays. We have a great church community. He's actually in a Sunday class at the church. It's a school class that I allow him to attend. He has a teacher, he has classmates, and it's a really positive thing. So to me, if I raise him within that morality, then it's okay. Then I can... I'll be right there, Brady. If I raise him within that morality, then I don't have to worry about him becoming a bad person. So, like, I could look at someone like Mark Cuban and say, okay, there's a lot of value in his experience. There's a lot of value in his wisdom, because he certainly has it. You know, same thing with, like, these really bad types. Like, man, you don't think you could learn something by reading George Soros? Like, you don't think you could learn something by reading Warren Buffett? Of course you can. So it's always important that we separate information from the idol. And we never make people into idols, because when you make people into idols, that's what clouds your judgment, right? Trust your discernment, be true in your morality, and you will do absolutely great. So I just wanted to do a quick Friday stream. I actually have my trees being delivered here today, so I got to get ready. I got the dolly all set up and get those new trees set up, and I'll do a garden stream later this week. In fact, next week I'll get back to my normal streaming schedule. This week with my mom being here, I had to use all that extra time to show my mom around the town, and I still had to make sure I had enough time to get the nature unit study done, film class, get the Bill of Rights class done, do the class, film the class, and among the other things that I do. So, all right, guys, this has been fun as always, and I'm going to go get ready for these trees, and I have a big day of errands I have to run, so I will talk to you over the weekend. All right, guys.